Introduction to Azure Synapse Mapping Data Flow. Azure Synapse Mapping Data Flow is a visual interface used to transform and load data into a centralized repository. It allows users to create data transformation pipelines using a graphical user interface without writing code. Step 1. Understanding the basics. To get started with Azure Synapse Mapping Data Flow, first understand the key concepts including sources, sinks, and transformations. Sources are the data sources that you want to extract data from. Sinks are the destinations where you want to load the data, and transformations are the operations that you perform on the data. Step 2. Creating a new data flow. To create a new data flow in Azure Synapse, first navigate to the workspace and click on the plus sign next to the Pipelines folder. Then select Data Flow and choose the type of data flow you want to create. You can choose from a blank data flow, a data flow with a source and sink, or a data flow with a template. Step 3. Adding a source. After creating a new data flow, the next step is to add a source. To add a source, click on the Add Source button and select the type of source you want to use. You can choose from a variety of sources including Azure Blob Storage, Azure Data Lake Storage, and Azure SQL Database. Step 4. Adding transformations. Once you have added a source, you can add transformations to the data flow. To add a transformation, click on the plus sign next to the source and select the type of transformation you want to use. You can choose from a variety of transformations including filter, aggregate, and join. Step 5. Adding a sink. After adding transformations, the next step is to add a sink. To add a sink, click on the Add Sink button and select the type of sink you want to use. You can choose from a variety of sinks including Azure Blob Storage, Azure Data Lake Storage, and Azure SQL Database. Step 6. Deploying and executing the data flow. Once you have created the data flow, the final step is to deploy and execute it. To deploy the data flow, click on the Deploy button and select the environment where you want to deploy. To execute the data flow, click on the Execute button and select the data flow you want to execute. Best practices for Azure Synapse Mapping Data Flow. When working with Azure Synapse Mapping Data Flow, there are several best practices to keep in mind. First, use a consistent naming convention for your data flows and transformations. Second, use the debug mode to test your data flows before deploying them. Third, use the monitoring features to track the performance of your data flows. Finally, use the collaboration features to work with other users and teams. Conclusion. Azure Synapse Mapping Data Flow is a powerful tool for transforming and loading data into a centralized repository. By following the steps outlined in this guide and using the best practices, you can create efficient and effective data transformation pipelines. With its visual interface and drag-and-drop functionality, Azure Synapse Mapping Data Flow makes it easy to create and manage data flows without writing code.